You're listening to the Webinar Hustlers Entrepreneur Podcast, episode 16.
Want to work less and sell more? Welcome to the Webinar Hustlers Entrepreneur Podcast, the podcast to help you scale up and take your business to the next level with webinars that sell for you. Each episode focuses on the money mindset, online marketing, and sales strategies to get you more leads and convert leads to sales, all with webinars. And now your host, business and webinar strategist, April Reed.
Hey, welcome back to another show. And how's everybody doing? How was everyone's Christmas yesterday? I know I had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope Santa brought you everything you could ever want. And this is going to be the last episode in 2017. Wow, what a ride. When I launched this podcast, what was it, 2-3 months ago? I didn't know what I was going to get myself into. It's been fun. It's been great. And I can't wait to see what next year holds. With it being so close to the new year, I thought it'd be a good idea just to step aside from webinars or business in general and just kind of talk about mindset, self-image, and maybe just goals, because I know January and probably the end of December, people are creating and cranking out their vision boards. I know I got my magazines that I need to start tearing out and cutting up so I can do my 2018 vision board. And resolutions are becoming in the making. And a lot of times those New Year's resolutions are done by the second week in January. For the go-getters, February. And I kind of just want to talk about how maybe you can make 2018 your best year yet. So there's not really going to be any teaching points today. I'm just kind of going off the cuff. I'm kind of taking this week off myself in business and just really spending a lot of quality time with my family. The kids are out of school. There's snow on the ground, so I'm just kind of relaxing. But I do understand that a lot of times we make goals and then we never see them through. And again, a lot of times we want to blame other people for why we're not where we need to be. And it seems traditional, like every year around the fourth quarter, I give very motivational content. So this year wouldn't be any difference other than I'm doing it on a podcast now. And I will link to the blog post that I'm talking about where I talk about getting what you want for the coming year now, which is all about rolling up your sleeves, getting out there and getting what you want. And this is going to stay on the same theme that whatever you want in your life, you have the power to make it happen. Sometimes we want to blame outside circumstances, like our boss not giving us that raise that we feel that we deserve, or our parents never really supported our dreams and didn't encourage us to go to college. So now we lack all this education and we grew up poor, so I don't know how to spend money correctly. So now I have this excuse to not be wise with money. I mean, stop all that. Stop all that whining. Stop all that whining and really tell yourself what it is that you want for 2018 and make a decision right now that the buck stops here. The buck stops with you. And that you can create the life that you always want. You don't like that job that you're working? Don't say, well, what can I do? It's my job. It's my paycheck. It's how I pay my bills. Okay, I'm not saying, okay, just go out there and quit your job. But you can't start to come up with ideas to alleviate you from a situation that you don't like. Because what happens when you just give up? Your brain does not go into action. When you give up, your brain, your thinking mechanism shuts down. I mean, for what? Think about I never broke an arm, but if you've ever broken an arm and you had a cast on your arm or your leg and you're not using that body part anymore, as soon as you heal and the doctor cuts that cast off and you look at your arm or your leg, it's so much skinnier because you haven't used it. Your body has had no use for that arm or that leg that was in that cast for so many weeks. So apoptosis is when your cells start to die off because they're not used and we have excess cells, so they got to go away. There's no use for it. Same thing happens with your brain when you're like, oh, woe is me. My life sucks and my situation sucks and there's nothing I can do about it. That part of your brain that's creative and problem solving and can get you out of any situation shuts down and you can't think of any other way to get out of your situation. Or maybe you just want to change. You just want something different. So you're going to have to believe and you're going to have to make a decision to change your life, to wake that baby up so that it can start working for you again. And you will find that you will think of so many possibilities in order to change your life and your situation. But it has to start with you right now. The buck has to start with you. If you blame how you were raised, you're basically giving yourself a free card to not do anything, to not think, to not grow, to not shine. And maybe that's the payoff. Maybe blaming other people for your current situation, the payoff is that you don't have to do anything. And right now, you don't want to do anything because if you were to do something, what if you failed? And if you failed, well, that would suck. So I'm just going to blame other people so I don't have to do anything, because if I don't have to do anything, I don't have to fail, and then I don't have to show that I was right, that I sucked. No. The buck stops here. The buck stops with you. Quit. Yes, I'm repeating myself. Quit blaming outside forces and other situations and just get up there and get out and get going. I so want this for you. I so want 2018 to be your year. And why am I talking to you about this now? Because every moment, every day, every week, every month could be your time to roll up your sleeves and decide to make a change. But I'm talking to you about this now because I know across the world, everybody has this gung-ho mentality like, yeah, this is going to be the best year ever. Woohoo! So might as well talk about this while you're in the motivational tone. But feel free to come back to this episode whenever you're feeling down, or maybe the universe is, well, actually, you know what? It wouldn't be the universe. It would be yourself trying to keep you safe, showing you a sign, potentially, that your dreams should not come true. But don't believe the lie. Don't believe the lie. When you're doing something new, it's scary. It's scary to change. It's scary to go out there alone. And if you're an entrepreneur, you're probably the only person in your family who even has this mentality that you could make buku money. And everybody's looking at you crazy because they're blue collar, white collar, and you're talking about creating some course and making $50,000 in 24 hours. And that is just absurd to them. So you might be alone. And in that situation, you may have to reach out to organizations, local organizations, or social media to reach out to other people, like-minded people who believe and can help keep you up and rise you up in those certain circumstances where you just don't feel motivated and you don't have the support at home. So I just want you to know that you have the same 24 hours as anybody else. You can decide how you spend them. Whatever resolution you're going to create, you have the power to see that through. You don't have to be a statistic and give up on the second week. Matter of fact, one of the reasons that so many resolutions fail, I believe, is because we create goals and resolution that has nothing to do with what we want. Maybe it's a resolution someone else wants us to have, or a goal somebody else wants us to have, such as if you want to make a lot of money, you need to have a podcast. So you're like, okay, I'm going to start a podcast, but you could care less about having a podcast, but everybody says that it's what you need to do and you like to talk, so you start a podcast. And maybe that flops, or maybe that fails because it wasn't really what you wanted to do. Or maybe your self-image defines you differently. So let's say you want to lose 20 pounds. That's your New Year's resolution. Gosh darn it, I'm going to lose 20 pounds this year. And I don't care what anybody says. But if everyone in your family is 20 pounds overweight and you grew up being 20 pounds overweight and your self-image is that you are overweight, you're not going to keep your goal of losing weight because it's just going to be too hard. When you start exercising and dieting and cleaning out your refrigerator with undelicious foods, oh my goodness, it's going to be so difficult if your self-image says, hey, we like ice cream. We like blah, 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 blah. And in that situation, you're going to need to change your self-image. You're going to need to change how you see yourself, because how you see yourself is what you're going to revert to every single time. If your self-image says, I am broke, it doesn't matter how much money you make in your job, because consciously you're like, I want to make a lot of money. I want this job so I can make a ton of money. But do you find yourself losing that money? Do you find yourself spending it as soon as you get it, or making bad investments, or giving it away to relatives that need it? As soon as you get it, you spend it or you lose it, because maybe you have this self-image that, I grew up broke in my family and I will always be broke. You have to change that self-image if you want to keep these goals a reality. If you want to meet these goals and keep these goals, you're going to have to change self-image of who you feel that you are. And like I said before, if you don't have that support system, I'm here to tell you today, I'm here to encourage you that whatever dream you have, you can't share your dreams with just anybody, because dreams are scary. Well, dreams are not scary. It's dreams where it feels like you are actually going to go after them, that people start getting intimidated because maybe they're afraid to go after their dream too. So now they got to tell you that your dream's absurd. Why are you even hurting yourself like that? You never finish anything you start, and now you're talking about building $1 million business. I'm just trying to save you. I'm just trying to keep you from heartache. I don't want to see you waste your money because you always start something and you never finish. It'd be different if you started something and you finished it, but that's not who you are. Okay, well, maybe that's true about you. And if it is, you got some growing to do. You got some skills you got to master. But you can't share your dreams with everybody, and you can't believe people when they say that your dreams cannot come true. They love you. I mean, some are haters, but for the most part, they love you. They just want you to be safe. They're just scared. I had one friend that as long as my dreams were talk, she would always support me and tell me ways that she could help me out and help me get to my goal a lot faster. She could do this and she could do that. And I felt like, wow, this is great. When I'm ready to pursue this goal, this dream, I'm going to have help. That's wonderful. However, as soon as I start taking action, there would be pullback, and she wasn't as supportive as she said she would be. And then maybe I would have a new dream. And once again, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You just let me know when you need me and I'll be there. Great. And again, as soon as I was ready to take action, there would be pushback and pullback, and she wasn't able or couldn't do the things that she said she would be able to do. So again, not everyone is as supportive of your dream as you are. And that's okay. But if you're looking for a supportive community on Facebook, I would invite you to join my Facebook group, Webinar Hustling Entrepreneurs. And I will add a link in the show notes as well so you can join. So like I said, I got my vision board all purchased from the Dollar General. And I got my magazines. And I'm already started to tear out certain pages that resonate with me. I need to cut out what inspires me because, yes, I'm going to create my 2018 vision board. And I can't wait for all my dreams to come true. I'm going to look at it every single day. And that's just one area I'm going to dab into in order to make sure my dreams are reality. I'm definitely backing everything up with action and decisions and choices to move forward. So whatever you want, whatever dreams or desire you aspire for, create a deadline. Add some action steps. Be, do, feel into who you want to be. I just want to make sure you don't give up, you don't stop, and you keep going. Is your 2018 goal the same as your 2017 goal? Why is that? Did you give up? Did it get hard? If you don't want to start over and over and over again, then stop giving up. You have a choice. That's the good news. So if you have given up in the past, if you do start things and don't finish them, don't worry about that. That's the past, okay? Can't change the past. But the great news is that you have the choice to go out there and really kill it this time. You do. You do. So I want you to design the life that you want and not just be someone that just takes whatever life hands you. Be the authority of your life, your dreams, and your goals, and know that God loves you and He supports you being happy while you follow His will. All right, so that's another show. Like I said, nothing too action-oriented here other than to reflect. Reflect back on 2017 and continue what worked. Dump what didn't work. Is there somebody you have to forgive? Oh gosh, the F word, forgive. Oh my gosh. Yes, I know how hard it could be. But if you want a life of abundance, whatever that means for you, if you want success, whatever that means for you, if you want true happiness, whoever, whatever, forgive and let it go. I did a Facebook Live on the 4 levels of forgiveness, and I will add that into the show notes so that you can see the 4 levels and how might you get past them. It's very important to forgive at those 4 levels because if you forgive at the outer level, the level where everyone's like, you got to forgive for you, not for them. And you're like, okay, I forgive, I let it go. 3 years down the road, something may trigger you and it brings back those emotions right back because you know what? They were never gone to begin with. And these 4 levels will help you move forward so that you can step into your power, into your magic, to your entire super womanness or manness. If you're a man, you're listening to this episode. And go out there and design the life that you were always meant to be, but somewhere down the road, you got off track. Well, we're going to get back on track in 2018. Are you with me? Because this is exactly what I want for my life. I want more abundance, more success, more love, and just everything that is coming to me that God has for me. And I want the same for you, what God has for you. Quit blocking your blessings and let's do this, okay? All right. Love you. Bye. Well, that's another show in the bag. Hey guys, don't forget to leave a rating on iTunes. And if you know another mompreneur or entrepreneur that can benefit from the teachings and the lessons on this show, then please share.
Thanks for listening to the Webinar Hustlers Entrepreneur Podcast at www.aprilreed.com.